What's going on, y'all? So here's one. You are not who you think you are, right? Um, and it's not a bad thing, you know. A lot of the times we take everything that we've ever done and we compile it into a lot of interest, a lot of habits, a lot of things that we do, and that's just who we end up being, right? So we put ourselves in this kind of descriptive almost like a descriptive title to a video that we've made, but we describe ourselves as this type of person, with personality traits, with interests, etc., etc. But a lot of the times we see it within the lens of our own selves, and we see it from everything we've done, everything we see, how we feel about certain things. But the reality of it is sometimes we need to really look on the outside in, and we need to have a different perspective. So I, for the longest time, I always thought that I was an introvert because I didn't do a ton of partying. Obviously I went to parties, etc., etc., but I never was like, oh, hey, I'm the party animal. I go to do this, do that. I always was nervous when I spoke to women when I was younger. I was, I never kind of like actively like made friends. I guess I was just always drawn. Um, Friends were always drawn to me, etc. And I stayed home a lot. And I mean, I kind of know why I stayed home a ton. But I stayed home more often than I could probably say most kids my age, because I had things at home, but at the same time, I was a homebody, I was a gamer, I did a lot of things that were just what I felt was introverted. And the more I grew up, the more I start realizing from a lot of people that the different perspective is that I am apparently an extrovert. Um, I get a lot of, and maybe it's just the way my personality is, but realizing the more I speak to people, the more I guess, present myself to the community, et cetera, et cetera, I have found out that I'm a good people person. A lot of the times when people are like, oh, hey, based off of my personality, people will be like, well, this dog doesn't like men, or this, you know, baby, my baby doesn't like, strangers, et cetera, et cetera. And that's great and all, but apparently I get a lot of instances where I will interact with these people and or children or animals, and they're all very drawn to me. And I've even heard in the very recent past that apparently my presence brings a lot of people towards me, like, right, and it brings other personalities out, it seems. And maybe it's the way that I interact with people. I like to know what your interests are. I talk to you about your interest, and I try to be, when I have the conversation, I try to make it about you, because, you know, if you want to hear about me, you're going to ask, right? So it's always good to really have this outside perspective, and then, um, try to determine who you are, kind of with those perspectives as well. So I would like to know, who are you? Are you who you think you are, or now that you've looked yourself, are you different? Post a video, post a um, snippet, duet, whatever you want to do. So hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys.